With only 6 days until election, voters in some East Coast communities hit by the storm are asking where they can vote. A number of polling stations in New Jersey and New York are still without power and in some cases flooded. Election officials in the Jersey Shore towns say it could take another 5 days to fully assess the damage and figure out a plan for Election Day. According to FEMA Director Craig Fugate, the federal government will reimburse any costs states assume to get voting locations up and running. While Congress does actually have the authority to change the election day, no presidential election in the history of the nation has ever been postponed. Joining me now, Dorian Warren, Assistant Professor of Political Science at Columbia University and a Fellow at the Roosevelt Institute in New York. Dorian, what problems do we see from the storm, first of all?
So in many places that are devastated by the storm, there is no indication that those polling places will be open on Tuesday, much less have electricity.
In the video we're seeing, they don't exist. I mean, there are some coastal polling places, no doubt, in New Jersey and on Long Island that no longer exist.
Yes, that's right. Although New Jersey and New York and Connecticut are reliably blue states. They're not swing states.
Yeah, it won't affect the Electoral College, and it won't affect the outcome. It could affect, since both states favor President Obama, it could affect his national vote total in an election where there's some concern that he could end up with an Electoral College win and not win the popular vote.
So that's right.
Especially New York votes are going to matter.
That's right. It could affect the popular vote, although, as we know, we don't directly elect the president. It's through the Electoral College. So in that sense, Virginia becomes really important because it is a state that was hit by the hurricane, although not as bad as New Jersey and New York. And it's unclear if
and that's an important swing state. We don't know which way it's going to go.
Exactly. And the polls are very close there. And it's unclear if the state will be able to have all the polling locations up and going by Tuesday. They probably will, but it is a concern, I think, that we should raise.
And it slowed down early voting in Virginia, didn't it?
That's right. There's early voting by absentee in person.
Yeah.
So not early voting, say, like in Ohio, but by absentee in person. And it's a complicated process, so it probably won't have that much of an effect on the final outcome as long as the polls are open on Tuesday.
And we do have new developments in Ohio that we should be talking about tonight. That Secretary of State, the Republican Secretary of State out there, is doing everything it seems he possibly can to try to help the Romney ticket.
This is why down-ballot races are important. The Secretary of State of Ohio could end up deciding this election. And he has tried to use every tactic in his arsenal to restrict the vote. He first tried to end early voting for the 3 days before Election Day. And we know that there's a disproportionate number of black voters that voted those 3 days before Election Day in 2008. He lost on that. The Supreme Court refused to hear the case. And today he actually just had a small victory where an appellate court argued that that provisional ballots cast at the wrong polling place might not count.
Including situations where it isn't the voters' fault, where they've actually been given the wrong information by poll workers.
That's exactly right. So again, it's a way to restrict the vote and to throw out votes that he thinks might be going to President Obama. It's another tactic that he's using, and he's won on this issue.
Dorian Warren gets tonight's last word. Thanks, Dorian.
Thank you.
The Ed Show is up next.